Hey everyone, it's Charles. How are you today? When asked about Ash's returning companions in a June 2021 interview with Pash, the general director of the Pokemon anime Daiki Tomiyasu and producer Hiroyuki Kato expressed their desires to bring back not just some of Ash's companions, but in fact, every single one of them. Sure enough, we have seen more and more exciting character cameos as the show has progressed, and the team seems committed to giving all of Ash's companions their moment back in the limelight. In the latest Pokemon Journeys opening, we even saw that rivals like Paul, fashion men like Wallace, and the Kermit Ninja himself, Ash Greninja, will be making a comeback. But today we will be zeroing in specifically on Ash's final 9 MIA significant human companions to discuss where they were last seen, what they are up to these days, and how they might make their return. We will also rate how hype the prospect of each of them coming back is, from hype to hyper to hypest, because why not? So kindly let me know your favorite Ash Ketchum companion and press return on that like button for the YouTube algorithm, because it is time for a discussion that is both exciting and nostalgic, as talking about many of these characters brings me back to my childhood years in ways that bring manly tears to my eyes, which then dribble down my cheeks into my sketchy beard. And you know what else brings me back to my childhood? Fun and delicious cereal. So before we jump into today's meat and potatoes, join me for a quick 60 as we go back together to a better time with today's sponsor, Magic Spoon. I discovered Magic Spoon as an aging man who likes to hit the gym and has to carefully watch what I eat to stave off the darkness of the dad bod. As such, I had long given up on the yummy, sweet, and scrumptious cereals that brought so much joy into my childhood. But eating fun and tasty cereal doesn't have to be a fattening, sugary guilt trip, thanks to our dear friends over at Magic Spoon. In a nutshell, Magic Spoon is a totally delicious, childlike cereal for grown-ups. It's nostalgic and fun, but will not turn you into a big pile of goop. Magic Spoon's cereals have 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. Only 140 calories per serving, and they're also keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low-carb. So far, I've tried 9 flavors of Magic Spoon cereal, and they have all been a delight. But if I had to pick just one, it would have to be Frosted, because basically, I'm a 10-year-old kid. Magic Spoon is tasty but healthy, it looks dazzling on the shelf, and I highly recommend it. So click the link below to grab a variety pack and try it today. Be sure to use the promo code charusharu at checkout to get $5 off of your order, or simply go to magicspoon.com/charusharu to get the discount. Magic Spoon is so confident in their product that it is backed by a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they will refund your money, no questions asked. So click the link below and use the code charusharu for $5 off, or go to magicspoon.com/charusharu to save $5 today. And with that said, I'm going to hide my treasure before Wei eats all of it. And now let us jump into today's chat. We're going to walk through the returning companion candidates in chronological order based on when they made their debut in the anime, discussing their history, how they might return, and rating the hype factor of their potential return. So let us start with the very first friend herself. As an OG companion, Misty is like a boomerang that just keeps coming back, just as the Brock Rock does. Indeed, she has already made physical returns in both Ruby and Sapphire and Sun and Moon, not to mention her non-physical appearances in various flashbacks. With the 25th anniversary of the anime less than a month away, I wouldn't be surprised to see Misty turn up sooner or later, likely for a quick sparring round with Ash as a role model to Chloe, who is quite different from Dawn and the other Poké Girls. As a companion with little more than a short Orange Island stint to his name, Tracy Sketchit probably isn't at the top of Santa's wish list. That said, he has shown up in Ruby and Sapphire, Diamond and Pearl, and Black and White. And Professor Oak even mentions him in episode 86 of Pokemon Journeys, prior to which he'd apparently been helping the Chad granddad search for Ash's missing Infernape. Given that Tracy currently works at Professor Oak's laboratory, it would be an absolute breeze to check him off of the list during one of Ash's visits to Pallet Town, and I suspect that is exactly how we will see it done. May is one of Ash's most popular companions of all time. After all, she ushered in the coordinator archetype that would be inherited by Dawn and Serena, and now, perhaps, Chloe, and she was the first companion with a clear and expansive character arc. Unfortunately, May's voice actor Cowdy more or less retired from the voiceover world circa 2010 on account of a health issue, and accordingly, the last physical appearance of May was during her Wallace Cup contest run in the Diamond and Pearl saga, wherein she made it to the finals only to lose to Dawn. Thereafter, Cowdy has been almost entirely MIA from the voice acting scene, casting doubt over the possibility that May might actually return. This is the sad reality of the situation, but in a series like Pokemon that will run on into perpetuity naivety, I suspect that the torch respectfully will be passed on. And if May does return, then the obvious dream scenario would be a Pokemon contest run in which her, Dawn, the other contest girl, and perhaps even Chloe are all participants. With the latest Pokemon Journeys opening indicating the return of Wallace, perhaps foreshadowing another Wallace Cup, and showing Chloe in what would have been May's Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire era contest costume, we know that we are heading to Hoenn and that we have the perfect opportunity to bring May back into the show. Max isn't exactly the most popular of Ash's travel companions, but where there's May, there's Max. That is the reason, after all, that he got a half-baked return in Diamond and Pearl by the way of a flashback, a few shots of him watching May perform on TV, and mercifully, nothing more. Just kidding, I don't mind Max that much, but I do strongly doubt that he has the fan backing to make a return on his own. That said, I could definitely see him tagging along with his sister for her comeback, and as long as he does not block the Brockrock from the mission, then he is welcome to do so. Silent is basically Brock, but with less perving, more cooking puns, and more minty green. In the post-Black and White era, Silent has reappeared in the 6th XY special episode, wherein he met Clement and Bonnie, and in a flashback in Pokemon Journeys episode 65. And I think he would be a natural fit in one of Pokemon Journeys' food competition episodes. As far as we know, Silent is still out there somewhere, pushing his abilities as a connoisseur. And on the whole, he is another companion who would be very easy to work into a one-off episode without receiving a torrent of backlash from dissatisfied fans. Back in the XY series, these siblings comprised one half of the Kalos clan, adding the reliable bro and little sister who is seeing the world and growing up archetypes into the mix. We haven't seen either of them since XY and Z concluded, but the latest Pokemon Journeys opening indicates that we will indeed be encountering the duo once again in the near future. Clement's arc essentially ended with him returning to his role as a gym leader and continuing to invent things on the side, while Bonnie's growth track was basically left in limbo, with her promising Squishy that one day once she became a Pokemon trainer, they would embark on a new journey together. And while I don't think we will see either of their storylines reopened up in any serious way, I do look forward to seeing them fail at making inventions and being cute and so on very soon. Serena is probably character numero uno when it comes to anticipated character returns given her extremely passionate fan backing. And I would love to see her back as much as I would love to see May, with the last Serena sighting taking place way back in the final episode of the Pokemon X, Y, and Z anime in 2016, and so much discussion on the internet regarding her potential return ever since. As you may know, Serena's last moments with Ash were pretty spicy, at least by Pokemon anime standards. And in the final episode, she embarked on a quest to better herself in Hoenn. We know that we are going to Hoenn soon, and with the strong possibility of another Wallace Cup and Sylveon as the only evolution Chloe and Eevee have left to interact with, the stage is set. The key to a successful Serena return will be showcasing her development and satisfying fans of the romantic elements that she introduced. And if done well, then it will be dazzling. I actually have an in-depth video about this topic on the way, so stay tuned for that. Lily is another companion with a particularly memorable character arc, having transformed from a timid little girl terrified of Pokemon with mommy and daddy issues into a comparatively rather confident Pokemon trainer with only daddy issues left to tackle and a bright future ahead. We recently saw Lily searching for her father alongside her brother in a Pokemon Journeys episode 37 flashback. And the new opening teased that a physical return is just around the corner. Presumably they will return having resolved the missing daddy fiasco, or they will do so together with Ash and his friends, which would be a more exciting way to do it in my opinion. But either way, the potential is as yummy as a delicious bowl of cereal. Well, this has been a discussion of the 9 remaining companions of Ash Ketchum that have yet to return in Pokemon Journeys, and who are all bound to make returns soon enough if Daiki Tomiyasu and Hiroyuki Kato's interview in the June 2021 issue of Pash holds true. It's really exciting to think about who is coming back and how they may be coming back, and if you are interested in another video on the non-companion rivals and Ash's Pokemon who are likely to make a return, then drop me a comment, a big juicy like, and how about you? Which Pokemon anime characters deserve a return, and in what kind of scenario should they make their return? I'm curious what you think. Thanks again to Magic Spoon for sponsoring this video, and as always, let's chat.